Save it and take me back into full screen. Okay, looking good. All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to LisaBug Yoga for Aging Strong. We are in the month of November 2025. I had some requests today. Joyce wanted to work on some rotator cuff work. So I do have my light resistance band, my green. You can play with the size you want to use. I also have both a light hand weight and a heavy hand weight. I'm going to integrate some of those exercises we've been working on Tuesday for muscle power today in yoga. Also have my yoga strap, a chair for a little bit of assistance for balance, and maybe a blanket to come down to the floor. And speaking of coming down to the floor, that's where we're going to start today. So if you need something to support the back of your head, gather that up and let's go down onto our backs. I'll give you time to get there. We don't often start this way. Also had some special requests for lower back. So we'll be working on loosening up the lumbar spine. So I just want you to start on your back with your knees bent, with your feet flat about hips distance apart. If you'd like, you can place your hands right on your lower abdominals. And then if you can find the front of your pelvis here, the little bone that protrudes forward on either side, that's called the ASIS, or the anterior superior iliac spine. So we want to find those. When we are in neutral spine, those bones will be directing themselves straight up to the ceiling. So if we tuck our tailbone and push our lower back down, feel how that brought your ASIS bones toward you. That is called a posterior tilt. And then if we reverse that and lift your lower back off the floor a little bit, and let those bones go toward your knees, that's an anterior tilt. Now, if that bothers your lower back, I want you to be really controlled with this range of motion. But let's go into your posterior tilt, push your lower back down, tuck your tailbone, slightly squeeze your glutes, and then pelvic tilt into anterior tilt. When you do an anterior tilt, it gives you more space here underneath your lower back. And then just go back and forth, posterior tilt and anterior tilt. So this is very gentle, pushing us into lower spine flexion and then lower spine extension. If you want to take your hands away from those bones, once you get the motion, just relax your arms by your side and continue to tilt back and forth. And then for breathing, we'll place the exhalation when your lower back is going down into the floor, posterior tilt. And then when your lower back lifts away from the floor, that's your inhale. And this should be just a really nice release for the low back. It also helps us with mobility of our lumbar spine. And our lumbar spine doesn't have very much mobility. It's not intended to have a lot of flexibility because the lumbar spine is responsible for stabilization. All right, let's do one more of each. And then see if you can find that neutral position where the ASIS is pointing right up to the ceiling. So if you had two little flashlights on those bones, they should be shining two lights directly up, almost like the Twin Tower lights. And then what we'll do is lengthen your right leg down toward the floor. Now, when you do this, sometimes it automatically gives you a little bit more space under your lower back. But I want you to slightly press down so you're still in neutral. We'll inhale to reach the arms above the head. Exhale and pull the right knee up into your chest and do a little bit of a posterior tilt so you're pushing your low back down. And then inhale, reach. Exhale, pull the knee in. Now we can add a little bit of an abdominal curl with this. So inhale long. Exhale, lift the head and the shoulder blades up off the mat, bringing the nose toward the knee. And we'll do 4 more. This is called wind relieving pose, and it is a wonderful therapeutic exercise for the lumbar spine, for any potential low back pain or tightness. And 1 more time. And then just lay back, set that right foot on the floor. Pause for a moment, make sure your low back feels comfortable. Keep your core engaged as you slide your left leg long. So try not to let your lower back lift a lot. And then we'll inhale. The first 2 rounds, we won't lift our head up. So we'll just pull the knee in and push your low back down. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now we have 5 more reps with the option of adding the abdominal curl. And this is pretty moderate in pace. We don't want to go too fast with this because it is a stretch. Good, 2 more. And 1 more time. And then place that left foot to the floor. Lengthen the right leg long. Tighten your abs. Lift your arms above your head. Inhale. This time as your knee comes in, hold behind your leg. Then extend your leg up any amount so you feel a stretch through your hamstring. Then bend your knee again and go long. So it's inhale. Exhale, knee in. Inhale, straighten. Exhale and bend the knee. Now you can add that abdominal curl. So head and shoulders can come up. Then we lengthen the leg and bend. 4 more. Breathe in. Breathe out. Press your low back down. Breathe in. Breathe out. 3 more. And it's a very slow hamstring stretch. So take your time as you elongate this leg. Any amount. Doesn't have to get completely straight. And 2 more. If your neck is getting tired or strained, keep your head on the floor because we're having to hold it up longer with that hamstring stretch. Great job. Just place the right foot to the floor. Pause. Notice the differences you're feeling in the right side of your body here. Lengthen your left leg. Tighten your abs. Inhale, reach. Keep your head down on the first set. Exhale, pull your knee in. Inhale to straighten the leg any amount. Ooh, this one's tight. Rebend and go long. So first 2 reps, the head stays down. Now the further you pull your knee in toward you, the deeper the hamstring stretch. So you can play with that range of motion. Okay, now with the abdominal curl. Come on up. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, stretch. Now, if you have this ankle flexed, it's also going to give you more of a stretch. So you could try a couple with dorsiflexion and then maybe a couple of plantar flexion pointing your ankle. It's not quite as deep of a stretch on that hamstring. I really feel like it's starting to loosen up. Let's do 2 more. I'm feeling like I need to keep my head on the mat. Maybe I'll do that on the last one. Okay, final repetition here. And then both feet down, parallel, hips distance apart. Start to do your posterior pelvic tilt. So tuck your tailbone, push your lower back into the mat. And then we're going to lift the hips up 3 times coming up toward the ceiling, pausing. So we'll lift up maybe an inch, 1. Lift up a little higher, 2. Lift up 3. And then just drop the pelvis down. So we tuck first. We lift up 3, 2, 1, and come down. Let's do that twice more. Tuck the pelvis, lift up 3, 2, 1, and come down. Now we're going to reverse that progression. So tuck the pelvis, lift all the way up, come down 3, 2, and to the floor. Tuck the pelvis, lift all the way up, come down 3, 2, touch the floor. 2 more times. Tuck, lift up, come down 3, 2, 1. One more time. Pelvic tilt. Come up, down 3, 2, and 1. Great job. Bring your feet closer together, not all the way to touch, but a little bit closer in than hips distance apart. Lift up into a small bridge, hold it, and start to march your bridge. So you're going to pick one foot off the floor, set it down, and then the other one. So in our Tuesday classes, in that 7 exercises for muscle power we've been focusing on, one of those is the single leg glute bridge. So this is a variation, staying up in our bridge and going from one foot to the other. Notice, are you using your arms into the mat a lot? If so, take your hands up off the floor and keep marching. The bridge does not have to be high. This is not about doing a back bend. It's about doing hip extension and strengthening the glutes. And this is very functional when we're doing one foot and then the other, because it's similar to climbing stairs. We go foot over foot. Good. Couple more on each side. And then relax down. Tuck the knees in toward the chest. Maybe rock a little side to side or do some circles. Just massage your lower back a little bit. And then bring your knees to tabletop. If this bothers your lower back, then really tuck your knees in toward you when you're in tabletop. The further your knees are away from you, stacked over the hips, there's more stress into the lower back. So make sure this feels like you're in an okay space. Keep your right knee bent and try to touch your big toe to the floor. And then bring it up. Left big toe to the floor. And bring it up. Now I want to add a little bit of self-resistance with this. So take your hands, push into your thighs and push back with your thighs into your hands. So you've got some isometric work here. And then we're just going to do the right foot, take it down toward the big toe to the floor and bring it back in and push in toward your hand 5 times on that right side. Touch and push in 4. And I'm still applying pressure with the left side all the way through. 2 more. Try to push your lower back down into the mat. Last one. Then rest your feet. Do a little small windshield wiper side to side. And then we'll do the other side. So your knees come up in table. If it bothers your lower back, really bring them in a lot so your low back is down. Put some pressure against your legs with both hands, and then take your left big toe, try to touch the floor, and then push into your left hand. 5. And 4. Keep applying pressure with your right hand. 3. 2. And 1. Set your feet down, windshield wiper side to side. Just check in, see how your low back is feeling. And then we're just going to do a little twist while we're here before we come out of this supine position. So lengthen your left leg straight down. Bring your right knee up to your chest like you're doing that wind relieving pose. And then we'll pull the right knee across the body toward the left, opening your right hand to the side, and give yourself a nice twist. And I want you to keep your right shoulder blade down into the floor so you're not rolling over onto your left side of your torso. You want to have your chest pointing straight up to the ceiling. And we'll take 2 more breaths here. Great job. Come back to the middle. And then relax. Bring your left knee up towards you. Slide your right leg down. Try to push your lower back into the floor just a little bit. And then bring that left leg across toward the right side into your twist. And this gives me a little bit of a stretch in the outside of my left hip as well as I'm guiding that knee across the body just a little bit. Couple more deep breaths. And then we'll come back to midline. So we are going to come all the way up to stand up toward the top of your mat. I want you to figure out the best way for you to come on up. It's always good to work on getting up off the floor. Okay, so what you need is your light resistance band. and I'm just going to place it around my hands here. And then we're going to do a little bit of some circular actions with the arms. So what I want you to do is come up, reach, and down, and then we're going to reverse direction. So in our Tuesday class, we've been doing the halo. So we're going to work into that a little bit with this movement today. And placing a little bit of pressure onto those bands, out into the band. One more each direction. Great job. Now bring your hands right to the center. I have my thumbs up, and we're going to activate the rotator cuff on both arms by pressing out, but your elbows stay in toward the midline or in toward your waist. We're going to press out. Control it back in. Good. One more time. Excellent. I'm getting a little feedback with my microphone. If it keeps doing that, I'll shut it off. Okay, so let's take our feet now and come into a warrior two stance. So your right knee is bent. Your left leg is extended straight. So we're going to straighten the arms and do that circle around. And then self-reverse. Now I want you to add a little bit of lateral flexion of the spine. So as the arms come up, tip your waist to the side. So you're going through the side angle pose. And then as you come up, tip into a reverse warrior and then self-reverse. So side bend this way and the other way down. Great job. One more time. And then just come up to the midline. Press out for the rotator cuff. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Relax the arms down. Switch your feet into your warrior two stance with the left knee bent. A little bit of pull on the strap. We're going to circle to the right and down, then reverse. Make this circle whatever size feels okay for your shoulder. Then add lateral flexion of the spine. So side bend, pull up into reverse warrior, reverse. Good. One more time. Stretch. Pull yourself up. Reverse. Come right back up to the midline. Thumbs are up. Rotator cuff. 5. You can also turn your palms up if that feels more comfortable. You could turn your palms down as well. 3, 2, and 1. Great job. Press up out of that left leg. Walk your feet together. We need one heavy hand weight. So one of the exercises we've been working on is the one arm row. So what I want you to do is, using this heavy weight in your right hand, step your left foot forward a little bit, almost like you're in a mini pyramid pose, and you can bend your front knee slightly. Square your hips, This is a split stance deadlift, so keep your right arm straight. We're going to hinge from the hip, come down to where that weight is about in the same plane as your left knee. Then pull yourself up and tighten your right glute. So this is the one right here. So when you're going to tighten and slightly do a posterior tilt. So you're really focusing on your right glute. So we'll hinge down, nice flat back, pull up, tightening your glute. 5. Inhale down, exhale, pull up. 4. Try not to round your spine here. Really nice neutral position. 3. Tightening that right glute releases the right hip flexor. 2. 1. Now hinge forward and hold here. Bend the elbow to pull the weight back. 5. Slow, controlled. 4. Shoulders are squared toward the earth. 3. 2. 1. Pull up. Tighten your right glute. So we'll put these exercises together. Shift forward, hold. Pull the weight back 1 time. Then rise back up and squeeze the right glute. 5 reps. Hinge forward, hold. Pull the weight back. Rise up, tighten the right glute. 4. Inhale. Exhale. And come up. 2 more times. These are strong muscle groups, so you can use a heavy dumbbell or kettlebell for this one. And come up, and then step the feet together. Switch your hands. I'm also going to turn so you can get the angle of my body from the other side. So we have the right foot forward slightly, a little bit of a bend in the knee, not too much, and then keep your spine neutral. And we're just going to hinge down and pull up and tighten your left glute. Shoulders are squared. Sometimes it's hard for our brain to make a connection with the glute to tighten it. So really think about flexing that muscle and 2 more here. One more. This is our split stance RDL or Romanian deadlift. Now come down, hold this position, check to make sure your spine is neutral. Pull the weight up. 5. Control it down. Scoop your abs in. 4. Soft bend in your right knee. 3. Almost like a little mini pyramid. 2. 1. Come up, squeeze the left glute. Okay, integration time. Inhale down, hold. Exhale, pull the weight up. Release it. Rise and squeeze the left glute 5 times. Nice neutral head position, so check to make sure your chin is slightly tucked. All sides of the neck are equal. Tighten that left glute. We have 2 more reps. And up. Good. 1 more. Squeeze that left glute, then step the feet together. So check and see if the weight that you have is appropriate for your halo. This is going to be pretty challenging for me with a 12, mostly to hold on to it. But I want us to try a heavier weight with our halo. Take both feet out nice and wide, bend the knees any amount so you're coming into your goddess squat. Bring the weight to your chin. We're going to circle the weight either in front of your face or behind the head 5 times, moving to the right first. So nice work here for the shoulders, the triceps, the core, and a little bit of rotator cuff. 2 more. One more. Press up out of the legs, straighten the arms, pause. Exhale, sink back into the legs, bringing it right under the chin. 5 halos moving to the left. And you're finding the range of motion that works great for you. Our goal is to keep the pelvis stable. Isometrically working the legs. 2 more. And last one. And then press up out of the legs, release the arm. Take that weight into your right hand. We're going to come into our warrior 2 again here. And what we're going to do is turn the palm up and kind of brace the shoulder for a bicep curl. So this 12 is challenging for this, but we're not doing a lot of reps, so I think I can manage this. 5 is our number. Controlled and slow. 2 and 1. Good. Let's switch hands. Switch your stance. 5 bicep curls. I think the thing that was hardest for me using this much weight was my wrist didn't like it very well. My bicep could handle it, but the wrist can be the weakest link in the chain. Good. 1 more. Heavyweight bicep curl. Nice. Come up out of the leg. Walk your feet in. And we're done with the heavy weight. We need a lighter weight for rotator cuff. 1 more sequence done in our warrior 2 stance. The weight is in your left hand. We're in the right side warrior 2. And we are going to come into side angle pose. So you can support with your hand here. You can come down to your forearm. And the weight will be across the belly. And we'll rotate out and back across. So the elbow doesn't come away from the side body. Control. So I have a 5 just for reference here, but even 3s for rotator cuff is really a significant workload. Good. 1 more time. And then come up. So we're going to integrate 4 pieces. Come into that side bend 1. Rotate out 2. Come back across 3. Come up 4. Now, if you want to give yourself some more core work, try not to load on this hand very much at all, or the arm can even go out to the side. So we come down 1. Rotate out 2. 3. Come up 4. down, rotate, in and up. 3 more. Now, if it bothers your back, make sure you're supporting here. And up. 2 more. Side bend, 1. Rotator cuff, 2. Return, 3. Come up, 4. My right quad is really starting to talk here. Last one. And come up. So let's give that right leg a break. Switch hands. Last warrior 2 stance on this left side. Get into a nice position. Come into your supported side bend. Roll the shoulder back a little bit. We're going to do 5 slow rotator cuff movements. This is external rotation of the rotator cuff. Those muscles are also called the sits muscles, S-I-T-S. And that's an anagram. 2 more. Supraspinatus, infraspinatus, teres minor, and subscapularis. Okay, pull yourself up. Now we'll integrate. So we side bend 1, rotator cuff 2, come in 3, and up 4. Challenging the core more. You can do this without support. And pull it up. 3 more. I really feel my feet gripping the mat to keep this position. Great job. Slow, controlled. 1 more time. Side angle pose. Rotator cuff. And come up. Walk those feet back together. Set your light weight down onto the mat. And then we're just going to do some standing pelvic tilts. So we did this on the floor. Hands come down to your thighs. I'll turn sideways here. And then when you tuck your tailbone and round and push into this part of the back, standing cat, that's your posterior pelvic tilt. And then standing cow, lift your tailbone up, give your lower back a little bit of a spinal extension and look forward. Then round the back into cat. And then arch it into cow. 3 more of each. Just going back to our lumbar mobility. 2 more. And last one. Then find your neutral spine. And then hold here and breathe. So with this, we're going to add a twist. So look over, I'll turn toward you. Look over your right shoulder and rotate your body to the right side. You want to keep your knees still in a nice solid position, so try not to let them weave in or out. Come back through the middle. Twist yourself to the left. Look way over that left shoulder. Your spine is neutral, so you're not in cat or cow. Nice neutral position. Then come back to the center. Inhale, come up. Exhale, arms down. Okay, move yourself over to the far right side of your mat. The next form that we do in Tai Chi, we've been adding a form every week in yoga, is called waving hands like clouds. So all I want you to do for now is tap your left foot. You're in that little weightless stance. And we're going to take 3 steps to the left. Flex your foot, strike your heel. and step together 2 more times. Step out. 1 more, step out, and then tap your right foot. You can pick it up. Make sure you've got your balance for weightless stance. 3 steps moving to the right. They're not big. 1. Shift your weight. Step out 2. Step out 3. Weightless stance. So when we have this left knee bent, we're tapping the left foot. We're in what we call right ball. So we have our right hand on top. We're going to step out to the left and start to wave the hands like clouds. 1, 2. Hold into left ball and tap. Then we'll wave hands like clouds. Step out 1, 2, and 3. Now we add some rotation of the spine. So I want you to turn to the right a little bit, and then as you step out left, rotate your spine from the right side to the left. 2. Tap into left ball, but keep rotating the spine to the left. Step out to the right. 3, 2. Keep rotating and tap. Now when you rotate, you can also turn your head or you can leave it straight forward. You decide what works better for you for a balance challenge. Tap into left ball, keep rotating. Step out right. 3, and 2. Tap left, keep rotating. 1 more time each direction. Step out left. 3. This is great for balance, posture, spinal stability. Tap that right foot, keep rotating. Last time to the right, stepping out. 3, and 2, and 1. Holding into right ball. Step out with the left foot, place hands to your shoulders, brush, and step in. Great job. Okay, we are going to use our chair for some plank, kind of a half series vinyasa. You can also go all the way down to the mat. So face your chair, standing in mountain pose. We'll inhale, stretch the arms up. Exhale, place your hands to the chair or the floor, a little bit of a forward fold. Then walk your feet back into a down dog. And really stretch here. Get your lats to stretch out. Lengthen the backs of your legs. Breathe. So what we're going to do is to shift from our down dog into a plank and then back and forth. So start to glide your body forward, shifting your shoulders over your wrists. Drop your hips down so you're in a straight line plank. Then push up and back, lifting your hips into your down dog. And then shift forward into plank. Back into down dog. Hold this here. Now in terms of our breathing, I want to put the exhalation on the part of this sequence where we need most of our bracing of the core, and that would be when we're in plank. So I want you to take an inhale here in down dog, breathe in. Then as you go into plank, breathe out and tighten your abs. Inhale to your down dog. Exhale into your plank. Keep going. I'm going to come down to the mat for that example. Inhaling into your down dog, exhaling into your plank. I don't have quite enough room here. Let's do about 4 more repetitions. Exhaling plank. Inhaling down dog. Two more. One more. Then hold your down dog, breathe. Walk your feet back in toward your hands. They can be on the chair or the mat. Forward fold. Then rise up to your mountain pose. Great job. Just check in. I feel that was a lot of work in the shoulders. We're going to do a standing hamstring stretch. So I'm going to use the back of my chair to help me balance, placing the right foot, elongating it out onto the chair. Now, if there's a better way for you, if you want to lay down on your back and lift your leg, or if you don't have access to a chair, you can just bend the standing leg and take the right leg forward here. All right, nice long spine, nice and neutral. You might feel like this is plenty of a stretch without even hinging forward. So we're going to lift the right arm up and then start to lengthen outward until you feel, ooh, that's a good stretch right there. And then I want to move this right shoulder through range of motion as we're holding this stretch. So press the arm back behind you, lift it as far back as you can, and then bring it up. So we're just moving through the sagittal plane of motion with our right shoulder as far as we can into flexion, and then as far as we can into hyperextension is when we come back beyond the position of the body. So we'll do this one more time, reaching the right arm up, bringing it back behind us, and then see if you can place the back of your hand on your lower back or try to creep your thumb up your spine. We'll hold this position and breathe or maybe sink a little deeper into this stretch. 5 breaths. And we're going to carefully bring that arm around from behind the back, lift all the way up, extending the arm. Reach that hand behind the back of your neck, like you're going to zip up a zipper that's in the back of your shirt. Hold it. Then an option for balance, taking that left hand off the chair, and we can use it to help our stretch here a little bit. If you don't feel comfortable with that, that's just fine. Do what you can here. All right, let's relax that arm down. We'll switch sides, and I'm going to turn my chair just so that you have a nice angle of the opposite side. So now our left foot is up on the chair itself. I'm going to hold on with my right hand here. Elongate that leg, and maybe we're just staying right here. If this is a big stretch, there's no reason to extend it out further. And then we'll lift up the left arm. Then if you feel you want to go deeper, reach out out, elongate the body, stretch it here. And then holding this hamstring stretch will move the left shoulder through range of motion. So bring it back behind you as far as you can without straining the shoulder. Then bring it up. Bring it back. And bring it up. Still feeling that great stretch in the left hamstring. A comfortable edge. This time reach it way back and see if you can bring the hand behind your back and try to slide your thumb up your spine. Hold it. You can sink a little deeper if you want here into the stretch. Make sure you've got a little soft bend in your standing leg so we're not locking out that joint. So this is one side of our cow face arms. Great job. Then very carefully release that hand down. We'll come all the way up, lifting the arm. Try to bring the hand behind the back of the neck, like you're grabbing onto a zipper behind you here. Option to add balance. Really good posture. Eyes are on the horizon. And then carefully we'll release it down and step the feet together back to our mountain pose. How are we doing on time? Oh, good. So I want to do a breathing technique. It's called the Brahmari breath or the bumblebee breath, the bee's breath. So this breathing technique it relaxes us, it brings us into that state of our parasympathetic nervous system, helps us to relax. It helps us to elongate our exhalation so we can work on full breathing, the exhalation of the breath. So we're working on that ability for our body to expel all of the air out of our lungs, except for that just residual amount of air that remains in in our deep into the lung tissue. So what we're going to do is, excuse me, we'll take a nice deep inhale. You can be standing, you can sit down in your chair, wherever you feel comfortable. And then as you exhale, you're going to make kind of a bumblebee sound or a humming sound. You can close your eyes if you like. You're going to feel it resonating into your sinuses, into your ears, and try to carry that out as long as you can. My mom and I do this when we're working out together on FaceTime, and she's gotten up to where she can do about a 30-second exhalation. It's fantastic. So, all right, let's take in a nice deep breath in together. I'm going to do 3 rounds. You might be still going, so I'm going to give you the chance to finish. And then let's inhale together. Just take a couple normal breaths before you repeat your final Brahmari breath. Inhale. And then just check in. If you're doing a Brahmari practice, you would do this periodically through the practice of your yoga for that day. You would do several repetitions, maybe up to 8 or 10, and maybe compare the duration of your exhalation. So let's sweep the arms all the way out and up, extending through the fingertips, gaze up. This is Urdhva Hastasana, upward salute. Bring the thumbs together, draw them down into the heart center, into the sternum. Slightly elongate the back of the neck as we tuck the chin to the chest. And we close our practice acknowledging our hard work today, the dedication we have to the health of our spirit, mind, and body, and the dedication we have to the LisaBug community. And the light and joy that reside within my heart honors the light and joy in the hearts of each of you. Namaste. Thank you so much, everyone. I'll stay on for a little chit chat for those of you who can remain and get our recording shut off. I hope everything felt terrific today.